One more time. Egyptian goddess in the house. I see you. Oh, well, Halito. Halito, Halito. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Could you put a one in the chat if you can hear me clear? If you can't hear me clear, then I'm gonna take these headsets off so you guys can hear me clear. Peace and blessings to everybody that's in the chat. What's going on? Peace and blessings. Yeah, this is the night watch. This is the night watch. The night session. Peanut Nola 504. And yes, 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 yes. It's great to see you guys. It's great to hear from you guys. And I'm not expecting a lot of people to show up. I'm not expecting a lot of people to come through. I'm just not expecting a lot of people to come through because some people probably sleeping. And like I said, I did not, this is one of them randoms. Didn't give a lot of people enough time to know that I'm coming on. But it's not about all that. It's not about all that, folks. I want you guys to understand it's not about all that, okay? It's not the numbers of people in the chat. It's all about who come freely, who comes in, show your love, and we're breaking down, we're building, and that's all it's about. You know what I'm saying? Um, I like to say that everything has been going great for me. You know what I'm saying? I like to say that everything has been going great for Chief. I mean, I have been through my ups and downs. And, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? I have seen everything. I have been broken, thinking that I'm, so many things that have came upon my life changes, all kinds of ways of eating, going from being big to skinny. You know what I'm saying? From 253 pounds, and now I'm just living at 194 pounds. I'm kind of like gaining my weight back. But tonight, I want to talk about a couple of topics that I didn't get around, or a lot of things that I didn't get a chance to talk about. And what I'm going to talk about is, oh, you can relate. You can totally relate, huh? Egyptian goddess, yeah. What I'm going to talk about today is a little bit about Dwayne Wade, his son, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Nature Boy. So these are some two topics, totally different issues, but I'm going to talk about that, okay? And we're going to talk a little, and I just want people to understand. I just want people to understand that it is not about hating transgender people. It is not about gays and lesbians. Nobody cares about that. I want people to understand that. Nobody cares about that. That's people choice. That's grown folks' choice. Whatever their life is, that's their life. But we're talking about a 14-year-old. We're talking about 14. I want to know that when it came a part of being a parent, that we allow our children to dictate things in their life. I want to know what happened. I want to know when things have came about where a child has enough power over their parents. Because we're living in an era, a generation, to where everything is accepted. That we accept everything. I don't give a damn what it is. If you want to say that you you want to say that you're a robot. We're just going to accept that you're a robot. We're just going to accept that you're a robot. If you say that you are a tree, Lamont Jr., if you say that you are a tree, then you got to stand still and be that tree. You have to stand still and be that tree. So I want to understand what happened, connections of what our ancestors have taught us. What happened to our connection of what our ancestors have taught us? The connection of teaching. See, we had gays, lesbians, we had all of this when we were growing up. That's not I don't have a problem with these people and what their beliefs is. That's their belief. I don't have to sleep with them. This is not about grown adults. I want you guys to understand that Dwayne Wade's son, we're talking about immoral things that has to do with being immoral parent. We're talking about a parent that don't give a damn and allowing their children to dictate. We have what I'm trying to figure out where we failed as a nation. Because this young man, it's not about him being gay. It's about him being 14 years old. It's about his parents announcing 2 years ago that he wants to be a little girl and not a boy. And this is the things that is a problem. Now, why can't Dwayne Wade talk to his son and say, look, when you're 18 years old, when you are a adult, then we'll talk about you and sex. But the embarrassment to have your son as a poster child, to have your son out there, you have failed your son. You're not protecting him as a father should. You got your son kissing a white boy, and it's displayed all over. It doesn't matter if he was kissing a black boy, but he should not be learning about sex. At 14 years old, we were climbing trees. At 14 years old, I was playing G.I. Joe. At 14 years old, I was watching cartoons. I was watching cartoons. And we are so accepted as a nation of people. We are so accepted. We just accept everything. And we got people who say, well, we need to get out of these people business. That's not our business. But just like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, they air their own dirty laundry. How you doing, Tony? They air their own dirty laundry. It's not me exposing them, it's them exposing their self. I want you guys to understand it's the same thing with Nature Boy. Why Nature Boy is in the trouble that he's in. He's recording himself abusing women and men. See, nobody's picking on Nature Boy. Nature Boy is exploiting himself. The evidence that he does to himself. People want to cry wolf. They want to cry wolf, but they're exposing their self. I don't understand. You can't make it up. I don't understand what's wrong with people. What's wrong with the generations that's coming upon in this future? What is going on? I don't understand. can celebrate, and we can sit there and turn our hands around because of celebrities, and be sitting there accepting the fact that it's not about him wanting to be gay, not about him wanting to be a girl, it's not about him wanting to be a part of the transgender community. It's about him making decisions to have sex, him making decisions to kiss another boy in the mouth at 14 years old, him making a decision whether to take his body parts. That's the problem that we're having. That's the problem of what he wants to be. Because as a young person at 12, 14 years old, you don't know what you want to be. You're still developing. You're still learning. The mind has not grown. You understand, even at 17 years old, 18 years old, your mind is not developed enough to know what you want in life. You're still growing. And this young boy is only 14 years old. How you think? And we have to understand these things, that the mind has not fully developed. There was a young boy who wanted to be a girl who went transgender. They had it on a life channel. And now he had his parents paid for him to have the surgery. And now it's a little young Caucasian boy. And now the young Caucasian boy wants. Okay, let me take this out. Let me know, can you hear me now? If it's going in and out, let me know, can y'all hear me? Because I always have some kind of way. I'm always having problems with my connection with my headset. So let me know if I'm coming in and out. Can you hear me clearly? Anybody, could you hear me clearly? I had to take that off. Thank you, Tony, for making me aware of going in and out. Press a 1 if you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, good. The whole point that I'm making, family, is the fact that we have to understand as a nation of people that we are being controlled by the masses, that the things that we see bright more in the house, and we got to stop accepting the fuckery. And excuse my French because I am getting so upset of people. It's not about who the person that this young man chose to want to be a part of the gay community. It's the part that they are promoting him to have sexual moments. They're taking pictures of him and they're exploiting their son. Got him kissing a white boy. Got him holding and kissing a white boy. It doesn't matter if he was kissing a black boy. But at 14, at 12, 14 years old, your mind has not developed to know what you want to be. Shout out to Monique Hill. It's not about, as long as we have been listening to melanated people, white people, all people have had gays in their community. It's not about them being gay. It's about exploiting children. And as a parent, your job is to protect your children. As a parent, your job is to protect your children. And Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade are not protecting their children. When you exploit them the way they're doing, it'll be a cold day in hell that I'm raising a child and they tell me that they want to change their body parts. They tell me that they want to transition over to something as long as I'm responsible for them as a parent. My job is to get them to of age to 18 years old. Yeah, you're talking about Gabby. She's a demon. You're talking about Gabby. Yeah, you're talking about Gabby. She's a demon. And it's no different than Jada Pinkett. It's no different than Jada Pinkett. I want you guys to understand this. It's no different than Jada. And I want people to understand this. I am not attacking a child. It's not about, and people got to get away from that shit. It's not about the preference if the child likes a boy. It's not about that. It's about exploiting this child. Shout out to Monique Hill. It's about exploiting young people, pushing them to be something that they are confused on. Now, if the young man grows to be at 18 years old, he wants to live his life as a woman, that's his choice. But to push this on young people is ridiculous. It's immoral. It's ridiculous. And the same thing I feel about Jada Pinkett. If you look at Jada and Will Smith, their children have been lost. They have ignored their children. So their children act out. These young people act out because their parents are not responsible. Their parents, Jada or Will Smith, are not responsible parents. And they should not, and I tell people, everybody does not deserve to have children. Everybody's not deserving to have children. And some of the things that we do, it's not about the child wanting to be gay. I don't have no problem with he wants to be. But as an adult, you should have enough authority as an adult to know about sexual, talking about sexual things. Having the boyfriend over. I'll be goddamn. Got the boyfriend over for Easter. That's why I tell people, all these pagan holidays, all these pagan holidays, all these worshiping these demons, all these pagan, they supposed to be, if they, the resurrection and all this other bull. I want people to understand that we get so caught up in religion and we're so confused on life. We're so confused on life. I am not bashing this young man. I'm bashing this young man's parents. It's not the young man's fault. It's the young man's parents. And the parents is the fault of the child. The child is not the fault. The child wants to be guided. The child wants to be led. It's nowhere near the fault of the child. It's the fault of the parent. The lack of love, the lack of attention. And it's sad because we are going into the wrong direction as a nation of people. When has it been okay to allow children? I don't care if it was a girl and a boy. When has it been okay to exploit children to be kissing each other at 14, 12 years old? When has it been okay to exploit children? Yeah, we probably played catch, kiss, get a little bit. But let me tell you something. We didn't do all that around our parents. We had respect around our parents. And what I see now is that lack of respect because children are having children. The mindset of a child. You have adults who have child minds. You have adults who have child minds, who think like a child, who act like a child. You know, Jada Pinkett and Gabrielle, these people still want to be children themselves. Shout out to David Bell. I want people to understand when you live you can be older and you can have a child mind. Our parents were not co-signing to immoral shit. They wasn't doing it. And I keep telling people it's not about the young man wanting to like boys. It's not about that. It's not about the young man wanting to be gay. When it when it's been, as a responsible parent, to allow children to make decisions on their own life. See, money is the root to all evil. The more money you got does not make you a, you cannot throw money for love, for the love of your child. Magic Johnson, because he wants to love his son. And look at the results to Magic Johnson's son. But the difference between Magic Johnson and Dwayne Wade, Magic Johnson's son was not out there, out there dressing up like a girl at 14 years old. We didn't hear of his son out there doing this underage. This young man is underage. And that's what we have to understand, that young people should not be exploited. Young people should be protected and not exploited. Gabrielle Union don't like her at all to me. She's a devil. And I agree. Same like Jada Pinkett. And I want people to understand that people get controlled. People get controlled by celebrities, and they get controlled by situations. And as I talked about Nature Boy, as they call him Three God, all of a sudden they call this man has so many demonic names. And for those who don't know, Nature Boy is locked up, and he has the charges of rape, and several and fake I think holding people hostage and all this other bullshit. But I want people to understand that demonic shit is in the air. Demonic shit is on social media. If you're not giving attention to your children, they get exploited by people on the internet. If you're not paying attention to your children, I've seen many parents give their children social media as an outlet. As an outlet. Many people who so caught up in their own life, who don't have time to give their own children any attention. They give them these phones. Some young people don't go out and climb trees. They don't go out and venture out in nature. They're not out there learning what it's like to be a child. And they so fast as today. So they're moving in a direction of speed that's unbelievable. Their speed is unbelievable. They want to be grown too fast and don't want to learn how to be a child. And we are responsible for that. You're moving your children too fast. And it affects other people. And you may not believe that. These young people are growing up without, see, that's when Jaden Smith, that young man didn't have his father around. His father was out there acting and everything. Jaden didn't have the support of his father, and he didn't have the support of his mother. The mother said that the father and the mother said they don't even have to clean their rooms. Will Smith said, why, you wouldn't tell a stranger to clean their room. Why would I tell my child to clean their own room? No structure. What the hell happened to Will Smith? Who the hell, what happened to Jada and Will Smith? Where they don't set boundaries and they don't set rules. Everything in life is rules and regulations. And when it become in with our ancestors, my grandmother used to make us pick a switch. And she said, I'll cut the snot out of you. She made us pick a switch. But we had respect. And we are in a a situation in life where we just giving and not loving. We giving but not loving. We give, and not teaching and not loving. And it's sad, family. It's sad the way we are. We're living in a bad situation right now. Wade and his wife and his son. Wow. It's sad. It's so sad. I keep telling people, I don't understand. I don't understand, David. Adults do fucked up shit. Adults do fucked up shit. But to push it on your children, where a child should not be making decisions of grown people decisions. A child should not make grown people decisions. When have we become so weak? The rapings of our people, the generational curses of our people. I want you guys to understand that a lot of this stuff comes back from a lot of bullshit. And all you doing is copying your oppressor. All you doing as your oppressor have raped our people. A lot of our Aborigine Indians who were captured, who were hung by the tree, who were raped, you repeating the same generational curses. You allowing these things to go to pass. And a lot of people don't understand that a lot of this stuff, you don't know that a lot of this stuff happens to people that have been raped. And so it feeds off into their offspring. A lot of people don't understand that Dwayne Wade had been turned out himself. You can see the hurt in Dwayne Wade's face as a man. But when your woman is breaking you like a woman and don't respect you as a man, these are the results of what happens. It's not about that young man being gay. Gay people have been in history. They have always had gay people. It's not about gay and trans and all this other shit. It's about a young child making decisions as an adult at 14 years old. At 12 years old, he made a decision. Fuck my parents. I am going to make a decision. I'm going to make a grown man, a grown woman decision to I'm going to make myself a woman. At 12 years old, I'm going to say, no, mom and daddy, I'm going to change my name, not the name that they give him. And they gave him the power. What kind of parents that are going to allow a child to have that much power over them? It ain't about no gays and transgender. I don't give a damn what grown people do with their body, what grown people do in their beds. I don't have to sleep with these people. I don't care about that. But what I do care about is the agenda that they have and what they're pushing on children. And that's a problem. That all the other stuff of who people sleep with, I can give a damn about. But when you push things on children, innocent children, that is a problem. And these things have been going on throughout history. Shout out to RL in the house. I want people to understand this. We gotta. I don't have no hatred for gays and trans. I don't know the people like that. It's not about them. I don't. These people never done shit to me. They ain't never done nothing to me. I don't care who they sleep with. I give a damn about what's pushed upon our children. Shout out to Rodney Gilmore. It's all about the children. How the fuck a 14-year-old gonna make a decision? How the fuck a 12-year-old is going to make a decision? I don't understand this. We all knew gay people. We all knew young people who thought they were gay when they were young. We knew it, but their parents did not play that shit back then. When you out my house, you do what you want to do. When you pay your own bills, you do what you want to do. We didn't encourage. Parents did not encourage. Parents did not push agendas on their own children. Parents did not sell their souls. Parents didn't do that. Parents stand by what they stand by. And when they want to make a decision, they made it out the home. They did not do that. They did not disrespect their parents. When they came of age and they wanted to be a gay person, or they wanted to be whatever they wanted to be, they did it out the home. And they got their own home. They got their own. People accepted them when they got their own home. That's whatever they do in their own house. But you as a parent to allow your child to have surgery, you as a parent to let your daughters get breast implants. See, some of these women who allow their children to get, these little girls to get implants, to allow their daughters to have booty lips. These are unfit parents. These are, how could they allow their daughters to get these young daughters? If y'all remember Megan Good, for those who remember when Megan Good was young, and she cried for bigger titties. Her damn mama, her mama and her father paid for her as a young 14-year-old to have breasts. It's sad. Shout out to RE. It's sad. When a 14-year-old, a 15-year-old have the power to make decisions, to make grown parents decisions. Where have we become I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to, where have we became as a nation of people? And where are we headed as a nation of people? There's no rules. There's no structure. And all you doing is spoiling your children. All you doing is telling them that they don't have to listen to you. And it's sad. See, people don't want to hear the real no more. People are so blinded. People don't want to hear the real. They don't want to hear the real. They don't want to hear nobody like me talk. They want to be so accepting to fuckery. They don't want to hear the truth. People want you to mind your business. That's them people family. We don't want that. Mind your business. That's their family. That's how they live. Mind your business. That's what they want to tell you, to mind your motherfucking business until it influences your children. Because everything that you do, how you raise your children, affects other people. If your child is out there in the streets robbing people, mugging people. They are influencing other people. We have spiritual people, moral codes, moral codes, moral codes, and people don't have it. That's like some of these brothers out here teaching they sons to be gangsters. Some of these brothers try to teach they sons to be a hoe like they're a hoe. Some of these brothers try to teach them to be a hoe like they're a hoe. And they're not going to make a husband for your daughter. They're not going to make a good husband for your daughter because they've been taught to be a hoe. Society is fucked up. It's fucked up in many ways. We just don't want to admit it is. You got grown men who are looking at little girls like they're women. There's pedophiles all across social media. All across social media, there's pedophiles all across social media. And your children, you don't know what the hell they're doing. You don't take the time to look in their phone to see what the hell they're looking at. Peace and blessings to Chloe. Shout out to you, Chloe. It's crazy. And how could you say that you're a spiritual person and you just don't give a damn? I don't understand what's going on with us as a nation of people. I really don't. But we're losing. We're not winning. We're losing. And I see it all over the place. I just don't. I can't get my mind. And then me flipping over to the to talking about our Aborigine teaching. I was just talking to a Caucasian man, and he was telling me. He said he told me, he said, black people in America are not Africans. And we had this conversation. He said, many of my people have lied to y'all. He said, many of my people lied to y'all. I said, you ain't got to tell me what I know about me. You ain't got to tell me what I know about me, what I know about my family, and what I know about my bloodline. And what you got to understand is we have to understand that it's money behind the name. It's money behind the name. If they was to include us with all being Indians, then they would have to owe so much money back to us. See, there's money to this game. See, Joe Biden don't want to give us money. Joe Biden already said, this is one of the words of Joe Biden. Joe Biden said, if I give the African Americans money, I got to give the Native Americans money. God damn it, we're not African Americans. See, Joe Biden knows that we are the original beings of this land. He knows who we are, but that we will bankrupt this country. We will bankrupt this country because they owe us every bit of the blood dollars that we suffered or that our ancestors have suffered. They owe us the money. They owe us the land. 5 acres in a mule. No, we owe the whole planet. But Turtle Island itself, and I keep telling people, shout out to KJ, I want people to understand that there are reasons why they are keeping so much hidden from us. In the Grand Canyon, they have law enforcement to keep your ass from learning the strolls of where we come from. Our people have been here from day one. But we got suckered in some kind of way. We got suckered in to believing in unnatural shit. It's unnatural for you to believe that you are black. It's unnatural for you to believe that you are African American. It's unnatural. It's not nature. You cannot be them people. How can we be so gullible? How can we be so passive? We're the only nation of people with multiple names. We're the only nation of people that have been struck in the head, that have been lied to multiple times. They call us multiple names. There's not a nation of people that have dealt with the pain and suffering as our people. The blood and share, when they talk about the Holocaust, when they talk about other things, they feel more compassion for the suffering of the Jews. But when it comes down to the original people of this land, they don't have the same compassion. So much have been taken away from us. So much have been taken away from our culture on who we are, the identity that we walk around in, that they tell us that we are stranger in our own land, that we are the people that we are visitors in our own land. The word black does not exist. You cannot be black. These things don't get you funded in your community. You don't get funded in your community being black. You don't get funded in your community being African American. Everything is in the name. Everything is in the name, brothers and sisters. Everything in the name. Every name that you use is power. And when you understand that, when you get that in your mind, to understand that when Jewish, those who said that they're Jews and they are not the Jews, but they use the word Jews and they're Jewish. And these so-called Jewish people have power in their name. Italian people have power in their name. But they give you the word black, which does not have power in it. It means dead. But you proud to be black. You black and you proud. And it's not pushing any weight in your community. It's not pushing any weight in your community. And you believe it. We have been gullible and we don't understand that these politicians, whether it's Democrats, whether it's Republicans, under these laws does not reflect the things that we are. It doesn't help us. It hinders us. This government has pained us. EP, or you with me? This government has hindered us. This government has weakened us as a nation of people. And if you don't see it, you're blind. If you don't see the pain of that our people have been through, then you're blind. Then you're blind, family. Everything that we have been through, we got to be a step harder. We have to tell our children. We have to convince our children. We have to always tell them to be a step ahead of everybody else. We have to have that talk with our children on how to talk to the cops, how to straighten up. There's no person, no people on the universe that goes through the pain and suffering that Aborigine people go through. Yes, they owe us more than gold. They owe us more than gold. Because this is our land. When they told you about smallpox, these were the same people that told you all the Indians died in smallpox. as they went on to Oklahoma. That some made it, very few made it to Oklahoma, and the rest died. These are the same people that given the wrong census, that's going around making up the census, that's telling you that we are minority when we are the majority in this in this Turtle Island. The numbers don't lie. When you go into some of these cities and you see the populations, that how could you be the minority when you can walk around and see that you are the majority? You are the majority in the universe. You are the majority in the universe. But they want you to believe that you're less. Kawana's in the house. Alito. And I want people to understand that. That they want you, the blood, the pain, the suffering of our people as they walked and walked. Yes, they gave our people smallpox. Yes, our people fought. But let me tell you something. A lot of our people withstand that. Our ancestors, you know, a lot of our ancestors was not slaves. Some of our ancestors were slave masters. See, the untruth about what the story is the fact that our people were enslaving the Native Americans. We held slaves too. We were slave masters too. Not all of our people were enslaved. See, that's the dirty secret that they didn't tell you, that our people also held slaves. That our people, when they first came here, see, they don't want to tell you this shit. Numbers don't add up. Numbers don't add up. Numbers don't add up. You keep lying to the people, America. You keep lying to the people. When you look in the library, when you go through history, you only see people that look like us. You only see people that look like you and me. They were, and anytime I give proof that William Penn spoke of what the people look like, it was when he came with Christopher Columbus. And he stated what they look like. You took it for granted. That the fact that the man said they look similar to gypsies. He said that these people's skin were dark. They were dark complexioned people. But they got you believing that these people were these that these people were the Siberian Asian people. How could you be the original person on this land when you come from Siberian Asia? It's crazy that how gullible that we want to, and then some of our people are content with wanting to be foreigners in their own land. Are content. Talking about Mother Africa. Talking about Africa. None of y'all asses want to go to Africa but want to praise Africa. And I don't understand that if we are from Africa, none of your brothers and sisters from Africa give a damn, because they surely come back and get you. I mean, goddamn, if they took us on boats, why the African government didn't come back and got us? Why they didn't declare war on these Europeans that took their people? So you're telling me that the Africans are that weak? All these lies, these stories that you've been listening to. And you've been gullible. You better wipe yourself off and do research and understand that people make shit up for years. And they've been claiming shit for years. Don't you know that Europeans love claiming shit? You know that they always go. That's where kings and queens come from. Kings and queens were not honorable people. Kings and queens were not honorable people. They were thieves. And I'm going to say it again. Some of you motherfuckers want to keep saying that and don't even want to understand what the hell I'm talking about. Kings and queens were not royalty. They were thieves. They go land to steal people's shit. A lot of us want to be a king and want to be a queen. A lot of us want to be royalty. But what did they do to get royalty? They did not inherit royalty. They did not inherit royalty. They stole it, this shit. That's where that's where pirates come from. And they stole it and brought it back to their queen. The queen of England did not inherit her gold. She did not inherit her riches. It was stolen. But we uplift the word king and queen. None of you guys want to sit here and talk about the chief and the chiefess, but you love wanting to be called king and queen and don't understand that the word king and queen is the definition of thieves. They robbed and they stole, and they were villains. They were gangsters. They were thugs. And they would bring back to their queen. And they would take, they didn't go, they went to continent and continent, and they stole riches. They stole everywhere they went, and they stole. These were the kings and queens that you love so much. Calling people, I just let people call me king because I just let it go. Just like they call me, they say we black. We going around saying you're black and don't understand that the word black means dead, but you want to be black. Conqueror and explorers sent by European kings and queens who stole your shit, who went to different places to get your shit. You think that Europe had all they drained Africa for their diamonds. They drained all these countries. They drained Haiti. They drained all these countries. And they rule and they steal and they give it back to their queen. And some of you motherfuckers want to talk about Queen Elizabeth, want to get all intrigued about seeing the Duchess and the Queen and all these other motherfuckers who've been stealing from your ancestors for many years, came to this continent and stole, came to this continent because this is not a country, this is a continent. America is not just what you think it is. America ain't just North America. America is Canada. America is South America. But you only want to talk about half of America. You don't want to talk about the entirety of America. America is everything. Haiti was America. Jamaica was America. All these countries were connected to America. I don't give a damn if you believe it or not. You wonder how these people get around, how they get around. They get around. You wonder why black, melanated people are everywhere. You wonder why that little country, Haiti, gets out there in the middle of the ocean, because it broke off. Look at Louisiana. Look at the boot shape. Look at Florida. You're going to tell me, some people don't know that the original Louisiana, the Louisiana from all the way from Louisiana to Mississippi to Florida was Florida. Louisiana was Florida. People don't understand that Mobile was a part of Louisiana. Mobile, Alabama was a part of Louisiana. So you ain't talking about from Alabama all the way down to Florida, one region of Aborigine people. Florida, it was named Florida before Louisiana. But they don't teach you that in school. They don't tell you that all them lands were sacred land, that all them lands belonged to, it was one big region. One big region of our people, from Florida all the way down to Alabama. It was Florida. And you have to understand the connections. You look at Mexico, you look at all these pieces of a puzzle, and you understand, make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. Some of you guys don't sit there and understand that some of these people, that's why I keep telling you, you know, we're not the only Indians. Our people, you know, no, we're not the only Indians. I know that for sure. A lot of our people are all over the place. Texas, Arkansas, all that. Part of the Louisiana Purchase. It was all in one. And what people don't understand, stolen lands, the things that happen, some kind of way, I don't know, I really don't understand the science of it, but some kind of way that all the land, you got to look at the earthquakes. When you look at Memphis, Tennessee, they're waiting for Memphis, Tennessee to have a big earthquake. Earthquakes were not just in California. So some kind of way that America had an earthquake, and all them pieces fell apart. America is the true world. It's the beginning. And I want people to understand that. So we have to understand the history. Shout out to my wife, beautiful B. And I want people to understand that. How could we make this up, family? How could we make this up? We can't make it up. We can't. See, they come up with their history. And when you see people, history, it can be debunked. History, I want people to understand that a lot of people have lied to our people for many years. We go to school. We're in militant lines. They're teaching you a military type of style. They're not telling you the truth about America. They're telling you their version, because I keep telling people, and people get upset with me all the time when I talk about it all the time. And then somebody's going to tell me about, I look at my wife, she got the fleur-de-lis right there. And they said, well, that fleur-de-lis comes, the queen of England stole the fleur-de-lis and brought that from, that's an American flower that they took from Louisiana, and they went up to Europe, and they brought that up to, that's one of the things that they stole to bring up to their queen. So people be talking about, well, y'all wearing, a lot of y'all people in New Orleans wearing that fleur-de-lis, that's a racist. No, it's not. It's a flower. Y'all need to go Google the shit and go see it's a flower. It has nothing to do with their racist shit. I want people to understand, even Confederacy, the Confederate flag was not always a racist flag. The Confederate flag was the flag at one time of Indian people. But they still, and they take it and they make it evil. And I want people to understand that symbol didn't belong as for white supremacy. It was in Europe. If you go to the UK, you look at the people in the UK. The people in the UK have that emblem. They used to brand slaves with that. They would take that emblem and they would brand the slaves. But people don't understand that they used it for bad. See, they take good, which is a flower from nature, and they used it for bad. And that's what people do. America, and a lot of things have been told in reverse. A lot of things have been told in reverse. See, when they talk about Africa being the motherland, I tell you this is the grandmother. This is grandmother, the greatest land of all time, because look at the resources. Look at the things, the green land. You tell me in Africa, you look at Africa, it's a lot of dirt land. Go look at the map. There are a lot of desert land. When you look at America, it's green land, resources. If they wanted Africa so bad, Europeans would not be here. They would be there. They want America. Okay? So I want people to understand that. America is what they want. They don't want they don't want Africa. They want America. They made all this up. And they want you to believe that you are a foreigner so you can get out of your land. They want you to leave, and they want you to leave. And it's not all white people. It's not all white people. They want us to be divided with white people. Because some of the white people are they got some white people that just as poor and ignorant as some of our people. And they don't know no better. And they're just being beat down in the system. And the system is made to mess us up. But as I close, I want to thank you guys for coming in. I'm exhausted. Like I said, I'm back riding again. I want to thank everybody for supporting Peanut Nola 504, listening to my rants, whatever, you know what I'm saying. I'm very thankful and everything. Shout out to my wife who came through. You know what I'm saying? She be spying in on me, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to David Bell. Shout out to Coronas. Shout out to Chloe. Shout out to R.L. Smith. Shout out to Rodney Gilmore. Shout out to let me see who else came in here. Tony. Shout out to Tony. Shout out to EP. Oh, you with me? Shout out to KJ. Let me see who else came in a little earlier. Let me see. Shout out to RE. I think I said shout out to Rodney Gilmore. Shout out to Monique. Shout out to Egyptian Goddess. Shout out to the brother Brightmore. Shout out to that brother there. Shout out to Lamons, my brother Lamons. Shout out to everybody who supported the channel, listened to me. Shout out to Sagittarius Jones, that brother Sagittarius Jones in the house. Yes. I'm back, man. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we're gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? I wanna encourage people for us to open up some panels and start getting back with it. You know, let's get back to the truth. Let's start talking. Let's start having fun again. I want to thank you guys once again. I'm so proud of everybody for showing up. Thank you guys on the night session, the night watch. And I'm out of here. I'm about to close this thing. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You heard me. I'm out of here.